Hello friends and welcome back. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know the trouble I have had in the past with money. If you're new here, let me bring you up to speed with the money versus Nick Huggins dynamic. I was born, I went to school. I earned some money. I got hooked on consumerism. I bought crap I didn't need. I got into debt. I wised up. I paid off the debt. A change in circumstances meant living on my own with responsibilities as a parent. I had to wise up and learn how to budget and how to be effective with the money I had. Move forward a few years, and living with a partner meant I had more disposable income, which over time we put to better use, such as overpaying for my car loan, going into savings, or starting to invest. And because of this, look where I live today. Jokes. As a minimalist, the closest I'll ever get to living in a house like that is watching Home Alone again on DVD. So, with minimalism as my foundation, come and take a look at how I'm managing my money in 2023. Let's start with taking a look at some of the accounts I use for managing my money. I have multiple current accounts, which you might say isn't very minimalist to me. However, the pluses outweigh the negatives. Each account has its own purpose. So my main day-to-day account is with Chase. Chase has only recently arrived in the UK. The savings rate isn't the best, but it isn't the worst either. I also get 1% cash back on any purchases in the first year. The app is easy to use and allows the instant creation of different pots, be it other current accounts or savings accounts, and it's all linked to one card. I have an account with Nationwide where I get my salary paid in on the last day of the month. On the first of the next month, all my bills, savings, all these kind of money transfers all go out to that account. I did have a regular savers account with Nationwide, however this matured over Christmas. So when the right switching deal comes up at another bank, I'll move across there and take advantage of that free cash incentive. I have a handful of other current accounts which only really act as a means for accessing a better savings account at that particular bank. I don't pay any particular attention to these accounts and just use the banking app periodically. These savings accounts are made up of a 3% ISA for larger sums of money, and even though you can only save a small amount in them each month, a 12-month regular saver to take advantage of that higher interest rate. Once that regular saver has matured, I take the amount plus the interest, move it into a main savings account, and then the process starts again. Following my previous lessons with debt, I also see credit cards in the same kind of light, and as a rule, I won't purchase anything on a credit card unless I have the money to pay it off in full. Nowadays, with my Chase card offering 1% cash back, sometimes that's more of an incentive to use that than a credit card anyway. The only thing outstanding on my credit card is a holiday we've just purchased on 0% interest. As long as I pay the minimum amount every month, the money can sit on another account and earn some interest. Some people will have you believe that credit is the work of the devil. I happen to think that there's good credit and bad credit, and it's up to me to take responsibility on how to best use that. At the start of last year, I spent about 4 months researching and testing virtual stocks before I finally landed on my own investing strategy, and it really is simple. And I finally came across this video from Damien Talks Money, and that was it. My investment strategy nailed down. I use the set it and forget it method. The same amount of money goes into the Vanguard account every month via direct debit, with the aim to let any returns compound over the next 30 years, and hope that the average stock market return of 9% of the previous 30 years is true for the next 30 years, just in time for my retirement. So I can keep track of my finances, comings and goings, I don't use the individual bank apps provided. Instead, I use my very own spreadsheet. Now the spreadsheet helps me forecast savings for the coming year, and it's a one-stop place so I can see all my payments in one location. It started off basic and crude, and over time has grown and become, well, basic and crude, just with colour and a pie chart.
Pie.
I mark off whenever a payment has been taken, which then allows me to make sure my budget is on track for the month ahead. The budget you see here just has some fabricated numbers on. This isn't mine or anyone else's salary. I have a specific account on Chase for things like car repairs or trips away. This is a separate account for my main day-to-day food and groceries account, which helps me to be more intentional with my spending. If I spend money on stuff I don't need, there isn't any money left for food or fuel for the month. And apparently, this is a bad thing. Minimalism has taught me that the pursuit of unnecessary items is just a stopgap for the feel-good vibes you get from the endorphins and dopamine when you buy something new. I only replace my phone when the battery performance restricts my day-to-day use. You may say that buying an Xbox isn't very minimalist, and you may be right. However, we don't go out for drinks, we very rarely go out for meals, or have takeaways, so I felt I could justify the time and financial commitment to this item. Everyone has their own minimalism, this is mine. Anything I've spoken about in this video should not be seen as financial advice. What works for me might not work for anyone else at all. If you've been looking for something to give you a nudge in the right direction to get your finances sorted, hopefully you've taken some hints from this video and it's helped in some way. If there's a particular part of this video you feel you'd like me to deeper dive into, please let me know in the comment section below. With that said, I'll see you all in the next one.